Hey, yo. You don't have to love me. You don't even have to like me. But you will respect me. You know why? 'Cause I'm a boss.
So I'm here with my next professional business inspirational woman. I'm here with Nina Loeks, and she is the owner of Art from the Heart. And I'm here at the studio, and Nina, this is amazing. I love this space.
Thank you. I fell in love with it when I walked through, and I just went from room to room figuring out what would fit where, and it's like it was built for an art studio.
So tell me a little bit about the studio. How did you get started? Everything seems to have a story, including this picture. Tell me.
Well, at the end of March, I put up a website that I designed myself. My children still have a hard time believing that. But I put out a website. I was really missing doing art and teaching art, interacting with all those age levels. So I put it up March 28th, and within 3 weeks, I had over 300 things lined up. I was hoping for a great response. It was a little bit more than I had anticipated, so it was more than I could do on my day off and on weekends. So I decided, I'm at that age where in 10, 15 years I don't want to wonder what if. So I thought, I'm going to give this a shot. So I wrote a business plan, talked to a few people, looked at some places, and ended up here 6 months after putting out my website.
Art from the Heart,
Art from the Heart.
311 North Mandan Street in Bismarck,
right,
is where your studio's at. And this picture is actually from your opening day, your opening
right, my open house.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday afternoon, so I wanted to put up a couple stations with different art so they could take some art home. But I also was a little bit selfish. I had one station put up where I had 3x3 little pieces of paper, and I just asked everybody that came to make a heart. And when they were done and dried, I arranged them. This was the whole idea all along, was just to have a large art piece for out in the stairway here coming up to the entrance.
Yeah.
That just was part of Art from the Heart, but also part of the people that came to celebrate the opening.
So it's literally like a little love before you even walk in the door.
It is, and it kind of symbolizes the whole business. I love what I do. It is definitely a part of me. It's why I think I was put here. And I love to reach out and touch that spot in people and just help them find some of that creativity that they might not know was there.
So you've always had a love for art ever since you were like a kid?
I have drawn pencils. My mother has pictures, or I've drawn since I could hold a pencil.
Yeah.
My mother has pictures from when I was 3, 4 years old that I drew. She saves everything. It's just something I've always done. I come from a very creative family, and it just seemed like the thing to do. So I have done art all through grade school, high school. I was actually a graphic designer in a former lifetime, but everything always seems to go back to that root of art.
So show us around the studio.
Sure.
Let's go around the studio.
Come on in.
Okay.
This is where you first walk in. I have a nice little lobby area. An area when you do the adult Chablis canvas parties, or the two of the kind, where you can put your adult beverages and your some people bring whole spreads of food. It's awesome.
Wow.
I also do hour-long art classes, and if the parents don't want to leave, they can certainly sit here and watch TV, look at some of my art books. I have some parents that do computer work or homework while their kids are in class.
AKA surf Facebook.
Study for her PhD.
Okay, all right.
I have all kinds of flyers and things available for the different classes. And all throughout the stairway and in the lobby here are pieces of my inspiration, some of my famous artists, from Monet to Van Gogh to Klimt. That's what gives me inspiration, as well as I have a ton of different art books. So I don't just like to teach the art, I like to give a little bit of the history. If a child comes in, I'm not just going to give them a paintbrush and say, here, go paint this.
Right.
I'm going to teach them a little bit about the medium, a little bit about the artists that maybe made that type of art popular. We go into art history a little bit as well. This over here is kind of the teacher station. It's where we do a lot of the prepping. It's where we do the checking in for different classes and events. We have cupboards full of different examples that we've done in the past. This is where we keep track of all of our business forms.
Yes.
This is, again, some of the different artwork that we've done. I teach everybody from 10 months up. 100 is the oldest I've taught. I've done, I do a lot of classes at the assisted living facilities, the senior centers. I'm going to Crescent Manor this Friday for a class. One of my favorite parts is the coffee station.
That's a lot of inspiration right there, right?
Then we've got my office. This is the large classroom.
I love how bright it is.
I know, it is amazing, the lighting in here. Very conducive to doing art. But this is a large classroom, and I'll teach everybody from the little kid classes to the adults in here, birthday parties, all that sort of thing. The art on the walls, in the black frames there, those are examples. Every Thursday I have Chablis and Canvas, which is a 21 and older painting session. $20 per person, 2-hour class. I will walk you through a 16 by 20 acrylic painting. I also do have some artwork that my Art Minions Art Club did do. And this piece over here is based on Louise Nevelson.
I love that.
That is a very fun piece because what child doesn't like taking junk and making something out of it?
It's very steampunk-like.
It is.
I love it.
We do that in the Art Minions Art Club. We also, one of my birthday party options is junk art, where they make junk bots or animals out of the different junk. Kids love it. It gets their imagination going like you would not believe. I also have the double paintings. Every Friday I have a two-of-a-kind session. Still $20 per painter, 16 by 20, 2-hour session for adults, and I will ID you. But you come with your best friend or your boyfriend, your husband, and you each do a half of a painting. When you put it together, it makes one cohesive piece.
That takes teamwork.
I promise there have been no divorces from the two-of-a-kind. This over here is more of a teacher area. This is where I have every art supply you can imagine. I've got all my paintbrushes lined up. I've got the different kinds of papers. Everything from t-shirts to pencil sharpeners is in this area, as well as in the storage room here.
Paint, and more paint.
Paint, and more paint, and some glitter and pipe cleaners too.
Oh, glitter.
Glitter.
Oh, glitter.
The littler ones love the glitter.
Yeah.
Now this is another piece that the Art Minions did. It's based on Dale Chihuly. Some of you might be aware of, he does blown glass. Is it the Bellagio?
Yes, their whole ceiling is. Oh, so that's why it looked familiar to me. I'm like, there's something very reminiscent about this picture, very familiar to me.
Since blowing glass is a little dangerous for the young ones, it's water bottles and plastic cups, and they color them the way they want with Sharpie.
That's brilliant.
And we melt them in the good old toaster oven. I put some Christmas lights behind, but they had a blast putting this together. It actually took a couple sessions of the art club to get enough plastic to put a piece like that, but they were pretty proud of their end result there.
Oh, it's beautiful. I love it. It looks like a professional artist did it. Like,
well,
not
are.
That's
they
true.
Are.
That's true.
But the Art Minions, they're professional. Now this is my preschool area, and they can't just do art all the time. At that age, you don't want to force them to sit and do art, or they're just going to get a hang up about it. So when they need a little break or when they're done, they get to come over here and play. When I have my summer camps for the kids, I also have camps out all the way through the end of the school year. When there's no school, there's an art camp. So they'll need a break every now and then. That's what the break room is for, these toys. And then the break room downstairs as well. This is my favorite sign in the whole studio.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
I do not believe in squelching their creativity. If they want pink grass, they can have pink grass. At this age, at the smaller age, it's more about the process than the product, and it's just getting them familiar with the mediums and that sort of thing.
Well, why stifle their creativity?
No, I love when they color outside. The adults too, when they to put something into their painting that we're not going over up front, or maybe they change it up with colors a little bit. That's what art is about.
Yeah.
It's putting your own mark on it and your own little bit of creativity.
I love this space, Nina. This looks like so much fun. If I was a kid, I think I'd live here.
I don't want to go home. I find it, you know, if I don't have an evening class at 7, 8 o'clock, and it's like, I should probably go home. But you just want to create when you're in here.
Yeah.
It's just such a fun, relaxing space. And I don't want to go home. I just want to sit here and paint and do art all day.
So what has been the most rewarding thing I think that you can think of about starting up your own studio?
Just the fact that I was able to do it.
Yeah.
I guess the worst thing you can tell me is I can't. Because then I will. Just to kind of prove a point, I guess. Like I said earlier, I didn't want to be 70 and think, oh, I wonder what would have happened if. You know, what's the worst that can happen? I fall flat on my face. At least I tried.
That's true.
And from the response I've gotten, it's definitely something the community wanted. There was a livability study last year, and right below affordable housing, number 2 on the list was more arts and entertainment, and this marries the two. This is arts and it's entertainment.
That's true. And education all at the same time.
Exactly.
What's been the most challenging thing?
I guess the most challenging thing is not to double book. I lose sleep at night over that because it's just me right now. So I have to be really careful about how I schedule. I can't obviously be in 2 places at once. So I think that's probably the most stressful. Everything else has just been fun.
Yeah.
You know.
So if people want to schedule a class for them, or the couples class, or get in on one of your other classes, or maybe they have a kid that they want to get involved in the studio classes, how can they get a hold of you, Nina?
Probably the easiest is everybody's on Facebook these days.
Yep.
If they put in Art from the Heart Bismarck, my website or my Facebook page will pop up, and there are links to my website on there as well. Or they can just go ahead and call me or text me directly. My phone is a business phone, and we can figure out what to do. There's everything from the Mini Monet class for 10-month-olds. There's after-school classes. I have 3 of the grade schools in town committed to an art club all year long. I will be at Sunrise at Lincoln and at Solheim, and I will have 1 day a week here. So it's for all ages. They can feel free to call me at 226-0165, or check out the Facebook page and find the links to the website.
Awesome. Well, good luck with everything, Nina.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing.
Thank you. Okay.